Welcome to the Payoff Pitch Prospect Report. I'm Paul Valley. Not much to talk about today just because the only minor league players still playing are in the Arizona Fall League, but the Orioles do have 6 prospects out there playing for the Surprise Soharos right now. You're looking at Mason McCoy, a middle infielder who is playing at Bowie this year. Will probably be up in Norfolk next year. He's hitting .417 for Surprise right now, 5 for 12. Just the 1 double and the 1 RBI, so not showing a ton of power, but that's not really the type of player he is. He's a contact hitter, really fundamentally sound player, and playing pretty well out there in Arizona right now, building on that stellar season that he had at AA this year for the Bowie Bay Sox. Another guy out there, Rylan Bannon, who played for Bowie this year. He got bumped up to Norfolk towards the end of the year. Showed a lot more power at Norfolk than he had at Bowie. Of course, this is after coming over in the Manny Machado trade from the Dodgers. Hit 22 home runs between the Dodgers AA affiliate and the Bay Sox in 2018. Profiles as a third baseman, second baseman type. His arm strength, according to Adam McIntyre for 2080 Baseball, has gotten a bit stronger, so he could profile as a third baseman. This is a guy who has a ton of power. Scouts, when he was coming out of college, liked his glove and his arm. That really hasn't translated so much to professional baseball. He has had a lot of errors, but there is a path to third base for the Orioles right now. I think that he's playing well out there, 4 for 14 in Arizona. That's a .286 batting average. All 4 hits are singles, so he's only slugging .286, but he also has 3 RBIs right now. Playing pretty well, swings a solid stick, and if Rio Ruiz or Renato Nunez or Hanser Alberto struggle at third base in 2020, Ryland Bannon could get a look sometime next summer at the big league level. There are 4 pitchers pitching out there for Surprise right now. You're looking at Dean Kremer, who led all minor leaguers in strikeouts in 2018. Started the year injured, but really came on strong the second half of the season. Pitched very well. He's had 1 outing out there, 2 2/3 innings pitched. He's only allowed 2 hits. I'm sorry, he's pitched 2 innings, only allowed 2 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts. So continuing his success from this season. Alex Wells, success at every level despite not having a powerful arm. Big looping curveball that keeps hitters off balance. Guy who isn't going to wow you with his fastball, 88 to 90 tops for that fastball, but he knows how to pitch, he knows how to locate, and has had success at every single level since the Orioles took him out of Australia. And Alex Wells, like I said, just success at every level. It's exciting to have a guy in the organization that gets how to pitch, knows how to pitch, and understands the game. So success has continued out there for him. 4 innings pitched, 5 hits, just the 1 earned run allowed. No walks either with 6 strikeouts. 6 strikeouts is pretty impressive for a guy who doesn't blow up the radar gun. So he's continuing his success out there, too. I expect to see him at Norfolk next year and maybe a late season call-up to help out with the bullpen, unless they need a spot starter. Cody Carroll, guy who came over in the Zach Britton trade with the Yankees, didn't give up any home runs in 37 games between Orioles and Yankees minor league affiliates, but then in 15 games with the Orioles last year, gave up 6 home runs. He was injured this year, had a couple of games in the Gulf Coast League. That's a guy who, there's an opportunity for him to grab a bullpen spot for the Orioles in spring training next year. Pitching pretty well out there, 2 2/3 innings pitched, allowed just 1 hit, but that was a home run, so the 1 earned run allowed. 3 walks, which you want to see him have a little bit better command and control, but that's okay. He's also got 3 strikeouts. So he's pitching fairly well out there, and the opportunity's there for him for the bullpen for next year. And then the last guy we're going to talk about is David Lebron. This is a guy who pitched really well in college, but came out of college at a bit of an older age than most. He was 24 when Texas took him in the draft. He came over in a trade with Texas last year. Mainly started for Frederick this year. He got in 22 games, started 18 of them, pitched to about a 4.5 ERA. He's kind of hit around out there facing AA, AAA talent. He's allowed 6 hits and 4 earned runs in just 3 2/3 innings pitched. Hasn't walked anybody, only struck out 2 batters. That's a guy who you're not really able to project him just yet. He'll probably pitch at Bowie next year. I'm not really quite sure what to make of him just yet. I think he's a little old for the level that he's at right now, but that's also he doesn't have a ton of experience for his age as well. So we'll see how he does. Expect to see him at Bowie next year, and we'll talk more about him next year and see how the season's going. Until then, that's all we have for the payoff pitch. I'm sure we'll do another payoff pitch prospect report throughout the offseason. But for now, this is going to do it for the Prospect Report for the season. Thanks for tuning in all season and listening to us and getting your reports on Orioles prospects from us. We certainly appreciate it. Until next time, we'll talk to you. Go O's.